Hello, welcome to Seagulls Social, Season 2, Episode 36. I was literally like a sentence away from butchering that. But obviously, it's your boys, myself, Ben, Maz. How are we doing after, well, not a disappointing, but relatively disappointing after.
Disappointed. VV disappointed, mate. That was classic Brighton Hove Albion. That was.
Yeah.
We lost to a free kick merchant. That's it. And I shout out BHA Ollie, who I think tweeted.
What tweet that was.
Tweeted a day. I'm so proud of him to have a tweet that fucking banged. I looked at it earlier. It was like 11,000 likes at the end.
Yeah, it's mad.
So good. So thank you so much for bringing that into our lives, mate. That was probably the highlight of the day, actually. Lovely weather. Great first half. Apart from actually, no, to be fair, when they got added on, they obviously got the free kick. But yeah, disappointing, mate. Disappointing.
Yeah. I think that's the key thing for me. Is like going into the half two. If we'd gone into it 2-0 up, I think the game would have gone differently. However, that sort of hammer blow right.
That free kick was just a sucker punch, wasn't it?
Yeah, like last kick of the half, and then we go into it 2-1 rather than 2-0, and I think he just changes the whole mood dynamic, and obviously they then went on to equalise. So I mean, look, it's not the end of the world. It's frustrating, but I mean. If we want to,
I think realistically, we probably saw a point coming out of Southampton. We always get a point out of Southampton. It's really weird. We never beat them. I mean, apart from I think last season we had a win against them away. But other than that, in the last decade, I think we've only won like one game against Southampton. Our record really isn't very good. But no, I agree. The first half, I thought we were really good. We were really good, to be honest. We were playing really good football. McAllister, Maupay, Welbeck were working really well together. Trossard as well. Looking pretty strong, like we were saying, this is scored in the first 30 odd seconds, and we're thinking, my God, hang on a minute, maybe the 9-0 call wasn't so extraordinary, but then all of a sudden, maybe it was a bit too premature. But I don't know. Obviously, I want to give a bit of a thing for Tino Livramento. It looked a bit nasty there. I don't know what happened. It looked like his ACL. But I do want to give some, my thoughts with Tino, obviously. But that did look pretty nasty. One of those where everyone was a bit like, oh, straight away, it looked nasty.
Yeah, so he was literally going like that, rapid.
Yeah, he looked like he was.
As soon as someone's doing it that quick, it's a real big issue.
It's done. Yeah. So thoughts of Livramento, obviously. But overall, the first half we were pretty good. I mean, we can talk about the good, obviously, because it's disappointing afternoon. But I want to talk about Welbeck because he gets a lot of praise and a lot of slander. But mostly slander.
Definitely doesn't get a lot of praise.
Yeah, I was going to say slander, but I was like, hang on a minute.
I said to you boys off air, mate. I said off air. I was like, fair play, Danny Welbeck, mate. He was class.
Yeah, he had quality touches, didn't he? Like that was what Welbeck brought yesterday. He had the little bits of quality that you probably want from Welbeck, and that's what he really, really brought. And I think he got the better out of Maupay and Trossard in that first half. I mean, I know Maupay got a lot of hate at the end of the game and a lot of hate at the end of the second half, and we can get onto that in a bit. But in the first half, I thought
I don't want to talk about it.
In the first half, I thought him, Trossard and Welbeck were really good. I thought they linked up well. Maupay was working well as a second striker. Trossard was working well with his tricks, had a few like back heels and stuff. But I don't know what really happened after that, but all I can say is the first half playing great football, and Danny Welbeck was at the pinnacle of it.
I don't know about maybe unless I missed it, and I wasn't even drunk yesterday because I'm on antibiotics. But maybe I missed the fact that Maupay played well, but I don't think he did particularly.
Second
half,
it was
quite frustrating watching him play. If I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, there was like moments at the end. I guess more so in the second half. There were moments where you're like, I think Cucurella played him through on goal. He didn't even control the ball; just went straight through to the keeper. And thinking that was a golden opportunity.
Yeah.
To be fair, maybe I'm being too harsh on him in the first half, and I really do like Neil Maupay. So I'm just not me saying that I want him out of the team here, but. Yeah, it was very frustrating watching him yesterday.
I think we've spoken about Neil quite a few times now, haven't we? And it's like, what needs to change? Is he the right person up front? Like, we've talked about it for like weeks now. But I think essentially, I don't think there's a right and wrong answer here. Like, we all got our own opinions, etc. But I personally just think like, I know we've left him out of the team, but maybe like, do we just leave him out now, like for
the rest of the season?
No, yeah.
But the thing is, though, the way I view that,
because we all know he's good. Like, we know he's good. That's the thing.
I think also with Maupay leaving him out of the team is he's a confidence player. So leaving a player that rolls on confidence, because without the confidence he's nothing. And it feels like we've left him out of the team. He's come back low on confidence, and he's you've seen it really in front of goal. It's hard to watch. We get a counter attack and it's so slow. I mean, our attackers actually slow down our counter attacks, which is like crazy to say. Majority of teams in the Premier League are saying, look, we give it to our attackers and they'll go and take. Even Watford with Dennis, they cause us problems. They're right down there, but they get a counter attack and you're thinking, my God, they could actually do something. Whereas we have a counter attack and we're just thinking, who's even going to get a shot out of this?
Where's the pace?
There's no pace, there's no urgency, there's no directness at all. And that was what I was hoping maybe Sarmiento came on a bit sooner, because he didn't even get a chance to touch the ball really.
That's the talking point. He needs to come on earlier for sure.
Definitely.
Otherwise, people are going to start getting on his back and saying he does nothing. But when he comes on for like 5 minutes and he gets 2 touches, for example, or 7 touches,
what's he going to do?
What's he going to do realistically?
I've always questioned like sometimes with Graham Potter's like
late
the timings
starts.
of stuff. That's the only thing. It's like, just give him a chance, man. Like, you're not giving. He's not getting like you said, Ben. Like, people will then judge him on 5 minutes when really we should be judging him on 15, 20, or or even a half. I remember, what's it called, West Ham. I was so like, we were all buzzing. Do you remember, like we were in the ground, Ben, and we were
chanting his song.
We're like, we can't wait to see Sarmiento. Like, he started from the off. We're like, this is going to be amazing. And then, unfortunately, he got injured, and it was just so frustrating. Like, just to know that we didn't get to see. We haven't seen him really fully. I don't feel like actually, have a full shot at it, which is just frustrating, I suppose, as a fan.
I think the general take around Brighton fans is not against Sarmiento. I don't think anyone that does slate him, but I think the general take though as well is Maupay. What do we do now? I mean, what's the answer for at least the rest of this season until summer comes? Maybe we bring in another striker. Maybe we don't. I can't see us getting rid of him, because I heard a lot of that yesterday around me, and people, not just around me, but even on the walk back through the station and everything. It's just like people saying, "Oh, we need to get rid of Maupay. That's it. I've had enough of him." And I'm thinking probably a bit reactionary. I just don't think that selling him is the right answer. I still think he does offer. I think I saw a tweet saying I don't know what Maupay offers, but I do think he does. He does not offer anything.
You can't deny the goals he's scored and that sort of stuff and what he does bring to the team.
Yeah.
But I guess for the rest of the season, it's more. I kind of see where Maz is saying, like, do we just kind of leave him out and just try something new? Maybe start Sarmiento, and then next season, there's hope that he could have an unbelievable partnership with Undab. Can you imagine if them two turn out to be a great partnership together?
But then I don't think Undab's going to like. I don't want to be bring the parade down there with Undab, but I just can't see that Undab's going to come in and be like
set the world alight.
Yeah, I want him to be. Don't get me wrong. I really, really want him to be. I'm not getting on Undab's back before he's even played for us. That's ridiculous. But I can't see him coming in and having that massive, massive impact that probably fans are FIFA career mode hoping for. You know what I mean? I don't think that's going to happen. In general,
I've looked at stats and I'm not impressed, boys. I can't lie. 67 pace.
It's a general take, isn't it? Like whenever a striker's signed, Andone was the same. We sign Andone, everyone thinks he's going to come in and be a well beater. It's not really likely. But I hope he does. I just can't really see it. But with go on.
Just quickly on Maupay, like even for the second goal, for the own goal that Salihu scored, like he wasn't instrumental in it, because I feel Welbeck definitely was. Well, with the
it's
ball,
a great ball from Welbeck. Really,
mate, outside of the boot, mate. Yeah, and he done a little shimmy.
Even before, like he took it past from Mayo as well. That was.
It's really good to play that.
Even in that move, Maupay had a part to play. I think he set it off to. Was it out the wing? I think he had.
That's what I remember.
He definitely was involved in it. So like you can't say that he doesn't. He doesn't bring anything to the team, or he has no influence on the side, etc., etc. I feel like that's a bit harsh, but I get the frustrations. I do. Like as any fan, he is frustrating. Like
it's just like I see a lot of people say. We talk about Maupay's involvements off the ball, but then when he's on the ball in the 6-yard box, in the 18-yard box, he seems to just go invisible, and people are saying, look, that's what a striker is, that's their main role, to score goals. And I agree with it. I just think I don't see Maupay as a direct goal scoring forward. I don't think anyone probably has done. Maupay's the second striker. I think that's quite obvious, and I think that worked in the first half. I just think that because we've got a lot of fans that probably won't see that, we've got a lot of fans that will just want to see goals and goals only, and that's what general take of football fans is. I just can't see Maupay ever being that, ever. He's never going to do that. So I saw Owen put a good tweet on Owen BHFC. He said that Maupay is the Sam Baldock of the Premier League, and the more people realise that, the more highly rated he'll become. And I really do agree with that tweet, to be honest. I think that Baldock was so like criticised in the Championship. People were like, Sam, he misses a lot of chances, but him and Murray work so well. And without Baldock, Murray won't score in 23 goals that season. So I just think that Baldock is like that. Sorry, Murray's like that Baldock of the Premier League. He's not going to score you 23 goals, but he's definitely going to be instrumental. He got definitely the best out of Trossard and Welbeck in that first half.
I think that's what we need. We need a Murray to supplement Maupay.
Exactly.
I think that's what we need. We need that, and whether that's Undav, whether that's a new striker that comes in, we all know that, like you said, Ryan, we know Maupay is not going to be, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, yeah. Do you know what? The more I see him play, he's turning my head. I was very sceptical, as we all know. I was quite sceptical at first with him, but the more I see him play, to be fair. Fair play. Fair play to you, Ryan. Yeah, like you were a big fan from the beginning. But yeah, like the more I see him play, to be honest, I wouldn't be too like against us signing him.
He's lethal free as well.
Yeah, he offers that something different. Something we don't have.
I was having this conversation with a Brighton fan as well. I can't remember. It was in the little Brighton Twitter chat, and he was saying he would be happy for Nketiah, but he wouldn't be like happy that he's the marquee guy. So obviously it's a free signing. That's why I take him. I think he'd be really, really, really good free agent to sign.
Be a cracking free agent sign, really good free agent sign.
If they say this is our marquee sign, then I don't know about that. I feel like we still need to go a level up.
My only thing,
that's even achievable.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But also at the same time, it's like, let's be real, boys. With him scoring for Arsenal, are they just going to sign him? Like, are they going to give him a new contract? Is he going to be like, well, look, I'd rather stay?
He's very much, and he seems like a well-sound guy. He was very much like, I just want game time. He doesn't really care who it's for.
I think that's the case. I think with Arsenal, is he realistically? I don't want to make this all about Nketiah, by the way, but just quickly, I don't think that Arsenal will be happy with keeping Nketiah to next season, especially with Aubameyang gone. I think that they'll invest probably in another striker this summer. You'd think. So if they do, I would imagine that Nketiah would be more inclined to go, but I don't know.
But just quickly, like, just to put a scenario in, like if he keeps banging in goal, which he is now, he's scoring goals for Arsenal. If he keeps scoring goals until the end of the season,
why not on their perspective? But I can't see it with a big club.
Yeah, these big clubs, they don't really rely on youth, do they? Like, let's say if they do qualify for Champions League, I doubt they'll rely on that Champions League campaign on Nketiah. I feel like they'll be like, we've got rid of Aubameyang, Lacazette's probably going out. Nketiah might be a second, but then Nketiah won't be. Yeah, we'll talk about that. Nketiah won't want to be second string, so they probably will have to get like a big sign like Nunes, because they're linked with him like every other bloody Big Six club now.
Yeah, true. But Lacazette as well, definitely coming through the door. Do you know what? As I say, I saw him on Word and Seafront, Starbucks. That was funny. That was funny. I don't think it was even Lacazette, and I can't imagine he's fired.
Someone tweeted me. Someone tweeted me going, "Is that you next to him?" I was like, "It looks nothing. It looks nothing like me." Just because he's Asian, lads. Fucking hell, give it a rest. That was quite funny.
So when Lacazette sides with Brighton, then maybe we'll bring Nketiah with him.
I really don't want Lacazette either. Even if it was real, I don't want Lacazette at all.
No, that's the thing. He's no different to what we've got. He's literally a hold up forward. He's a second striker. He's literally like. He's like bringing in Maupay again, and then all of our fans will be like, "Yes, Lacazette, because he's a big name." But in reality, he's actually not really much better. Than
I think I saw some Arsenal fans say he's got like 2 goals from open play. It might be wrong, and then all the rest are like penalties this season. I don't know.
Yeah, that Arsenal podcast I was on a while back with League Judges TV, mate. They were They were like, he's awful.
Yeah, they don't like him, do they?
They Arsenal fans just do not like him.
But then again, I think
classic.
I know a couple of Arsenal fans who, to be fair, they have said that he's very good at holding the ball up, sort of thing, which is what I always say about Maupay. He's like that. And anyway, enough about Maupay. I don't want to keep going over it, but at the end of the day, it's night. So let's go on to the chances then of the game. To be honest with you, it started with a Maupay goal that wasn't as well, because obviously we had the Welbeck goal. Maupay goal that wasn't. I think that was offside, to be fair. I think that was probably quite obvious. I don't think there's too many debates. We'll get onto the offside in a bit.
I was gutted about Maupay because basically, like I said, my friend works for the club in there, at the training ground, and he bumped into Neil the day before, and he was like, Neil, if you score, because he knows where we sit, he's like, come up to us and do the crying thing. I was absolutely gutted that he didn't actually get it. I doubt he would have done the Adebayor and ran to the other side of the pitch to the North Stand and done
imagine.
that. If he had scored, basically, next time he does score, and he does that to North Stands, he's doing that to us.
Yeah, and obviously Maupay again, at the heart of it again, where another big chance in the first half, bit of a goalmouth scramble. He almost seemed to slide tackle the ball away from the goal.
He was so desperate. He literally comes from behind of like the Southampton defender, wasn't he?
He seemed to just take out. I don't even know what he was trying to do there, to be honest. But it was just such a Brighton moment that, like, we've literally got Welbeck already scored, literally I'm talking 2 yards, 3 yards in front of goal. Misses again. Then it falls to Maupay, who literally slide tackles like whoever it was on the line. I don't even know what he was trying to do. I think it was Salah, so he might have taken out there. Yeah, I just can't.
Gives away a foul. But at least that's like the desperation. At least he's trying. It's just, unfortunately, gives away a foul.
It's so hard, isn't it? It's so hard to back that, because any other team in the world is going to be like on his back. Any other fan podcast is on his back at this point. We're just trying to clutch at positives because we've
got to get behind him. We actually do.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We got to. But yeah, anyway, we spoke about Livramento. Obviously, our best wishes of Tino. It looked very, very nasty. But then again, I just think the goal, obviously. I think with this one, because I don't want to get on Sanchez back too much. This is a big moment, I think, because I think, this is my take anyway, if there's any sort of research gone into how James Ward-Prowse steps up for a free kick, he goes to keeper's side, right? He goes to keeper's side and he likes to cause problems with the wall. That's exactly what he did. He struck it, not the best, he struck it well, but not the best. It literally
bounced before it hit the post and went in.
Yeah, that's how it goes through the wall, so obviously you've got to look at the wall and say, look, that's got to be blocked, because I don't know who
did it go through the wall? I don't even.
It went through I'm pretty sure it went through the wall. Bear in mind, I'm seeing this from the top of
I don't know. I think it might have just gone around. I think it might have just gone around the side of it. I might be wrong.
I don't think it did, mate. But anyway, then it obviously goes Sanchez's side and beats him.
Just to confirm, it doesn't go through the wall. It goes like
Does it not?
the side. Yeah,
just the side,
right. Yeah. Either way, it's a very soft free kick, I think.
I've got a few bits to say on this. So for me, Sanchez. So when he set up, like you said, Ryan, like he should have done. Not to say he doesn't do his research. Of course he does.
I guess that comes down to the goalkeeping sort of training, doesn't it?
Yeah, because what he does is I watched it a few times now with they got a really good angle on the Brighton YouTube channel. They show like the basically from the back angle, so you see the goal and you see Sanchez's positioning. And what he does is as soon as Ward-Prowse goes to hit it, he sort of goes left a bit because he thinks it's going to go to his left. Go over the wall. So he goes left, and then obviously by the time he then goes to go right, he's done. He's done. And like
that's exactly what Stockdale used to do, mate. That's exactly what Stockdale used to do. He used to take that step and he's done, and it would be every time. And is that then a Brighton goalkeeping thing? Like is that our coaching staff?
Because I was right behind the goal. I was like, basically, my friend Jamie was like, they've got more chance of scoring this free kick than we do when we have penalties. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking true. And I was literally like, this is bound to go in. This is perfect territory for James Ward-Prowse.
Everyone knew it was going in.
And I was a bit like, fair enough. He's one of the best free kick takers the Premier League has ever seen. Up there with David Beckham. Like, he could, potentially is going to overtake David Beckham. He's very close to overtaking him in terms of free kicks, I think. I was like, yeah, fair play. That's what he does, and we paid the price. I think we paid the price when the ball went over the top, didn't deal with it properly, and Cucurella had to give away for the foul. I think that was the biggest mistake of that whole situation. Sanchez was just like, unfortunate. I wouldn't get on his back. I feel like James Ward-Prowse just knows what he's doing there. He's an absolute genius.
The more I watch it, like he's literally hit it where it's hit the post and gone in. So like, even if Sanchez was positionally sort of, where if he was in the right place, I think he would have struggled even to get it, even if he was positionally right. So I think credit where credit's due. Like it was a fantastic free kick.
It was a good free kick. He sent the whole team the wrong way, to be honest. But I just think that it comes probably down to the fact that we probably didn't do enough research on him. We should have known that he was going to do that. I mean, James Ward-Prowse, as you say, one of the best free kick takers in the game, and will probably go down as a legend. Well, will go down as a legend in the future as well. It's just frustrating the way we concede right on the brink of half-time. Obviously, we had that time added on with Livramento's injury. You just got to see out that half and just, it's a stupid free kick to give away in the first place from Cucurella. There was no need to bring him down. It was bouncing around. It was just a bit stupid. It was really poor. It was out of nowhere, really. And that's the sort of Brighton thing that we do. We shoot ourselves in the foot, and as I say, James Ward-Prowse,
we got away with murder though. just prior to that, remember, I think it was just after we scored, and then Tino Livramento had a shot, classic, deflected, hit the post, hit Sanchez's back, and then Che Adams just misses it, and you're thinking, wow, we got away with murder there. Absolute murder we got away with there.
Long range. But again, it's like deflection. It's like
deflection. We all said it. We're just like, why the fuck do we always get these deflections? Are we crowding the box too much? Is that a really stupid thing to say? Do we have too many people in front of the goal? I don't even know.
But what really frustrated me about, we talk about Brighton things to do, like real Brighton things. What really frustrated me was Southampton, as good as they looked sort of in transition, their midfield were quite strong. They looked quite good in attack. But their defence was really poor. I thought they were there for the taking. They were there for a drilling yesterday. They were all over the place, particularly first half. Second half, okay, fair enough. They came right back into the game.
We could have had 3 or 4 in that first half.
Easily. Their defence was all over the place. It was bouncing all over the place. Their defenders were giving away the ball like it was nothing. And I just think that if we had any bit of sort of urgency to us, we would have finished them off yesterday and really looked convincing for probably a 3 or 4-0 win. It was only because we literally conceded on the brink of half-time that it brings in that doubt. Obviously, it changes the whole half-time tactics from Graham Potter. And, I'll get into the second half now because obviously I'm going to talk about the goal straight away with James Ward-Prowse. I thought it was a fantastic
strike. We gave it away, though.
But we gave it away, yeah.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
So frustrating.
I think it was Webster gave the ball away, wasn't it? And he just passed it straight out, and you just think, what are you doing? Like, it's just such a Brighton thing to do, isn't it? We have this lead, and this is what I was saying about the officials, because a lot of people are on the officials' back. We'll get onto the goal in a bit about Gross, but the officials, they were awful yesterday. They were really, really bad. The referee was having a stinker, right? And I don't want to blame. I don't want to blame the ref because it sounds pathetic, but it was that bad. And we'll get onto the Gross goal, but the fact we threw the game away had nothing to do with the officials. We threw that game away because we bottled it. Like, it was as simple as that. We didn't lose that game because of the officials. We threw that away, and we should have finished them off when we had the chances. I mean, as I say, their defence was so shaky, so shaky. It was like watching Norwich or Watford, really. That their defence was that weak, and I just think, Southampton notoriously have the capabilities of just capitulating. That's what they can do. They can really just fall apart, especially at 2-0. That's what frustrates me so much about Brighton. We have these situations where we can just finish them off, and we don't do it, and we paid the price for it again.
Yeah, for sure. And also as well, I just want to a bit of a shout out as well. I think Trossard was brilliant. I thought in most parts, like
good idea. Good point,
he was brilliant. I thought he was instrumental in everything we did well. Like even the disallowed goal with Pascal Gross, it was his pass. Obviously the cross for the goal. Like he was just. He looked really, really dangerous. So, shout out to Trossard, I suppose.
Even when he got shifted to left wing back as well, didn't he? When Gross came on, Gross went to right wing back. But this is only for a little bit, and that was shite because someone played a through ball to Gross, and he was had such an open area to run into. And if it was Lamptey, he probably would have been a good attack, or he obviously didn't get to the ball first, and we lost it straight away. Yeah. I think Potter realised that, and then swapped Solly from left wing back and put him right wing back and had Trossard left wing back. And even at left wing back, like you said, he set up that Gross chance. And he was really, really good. And that was when we had a really good spell when they actually changed it around and had moved Gross to midfield. That's when it actually really worked. I'm thinking,
I'll tell you what, actually,
a winner.
Yeah, Gross was really good as well when he come on. Like, people always give Gross a hard time and say he's not an impact sub as well. He came on, had a pretty good game. Like, he scored this goal. Obviously, we'll get onto this goal now. But he was putting in some very good crosses, and I like Gross. I just don't get the slander. I know we said it last week, and we say it quite a lot. I think we're quite good with Gross, and we don't slander him too much. I just thought, again, he came on, put in a good shift, and could easily have had this goal, because we'll talk about it now.
Fantastic finish as well.
It was a fantastic finish, and it reminded me so much of the West Brom game. The second goal, actually, I think it was in the Prem.
Second goal,
and it was a fantastic strike. It was literally identical to the one that he scored yesterday. Well, didn't score because it was offside, but it wasn't offside, I don't think. I mean, I don't know what you guys thought.
It was more like I can't even like, I've watched the replays plenty of times, and it's literally marginal. Like, one of those like people always complain like like where the line's just like, it's so tough to call. I'm sure you have to take VAR's call for it, unfortunately, but like it was so tight. I don't know.
I've got some strong opinions here. And
did they get the lines right? Because a lot of people are saying that the lines are wrong.
They don't look parallel to me. They don't actually match up with the lines of the grass, so that means that they're not straight. And
or the lines of the grass not straight. The groundsman's fault.
Well, what really got to me was the fact that they didn't show that in the ground, and they're supposed to show that in the ground after the decisions made. Yeah. They didn't do that because I still don't think I don't see how that's offside. I'm sorry if my thing's a bit dark. No, but I don't think I'm showing it on the screen if you're listening. By the way, I just can't see. I can't see how he's offside. I really can't. And I think in a situation like that, I think the only reason it was given was because the linesman flagged. And as soon as he flagged, I stopped celebrating. My dad was still going like this. And I was like, Dad, like...
Yeah, there was actually proper decent limbs as well.
It was good. It was genuinely pretty good. And that's what was so annoying because I don't... This is what does my head in about VAR and what does my head in about the officials in general. If VAR is going to be there, it's got to get the right decisions, or at least give the benefit of the doubt to the attacker in a situation like offside. I think this offside call it is prime. I mean, we spoke about VAR, Maz, a couple of weeks ago, and I was saying it's been a while since I've been able to really slander it. And as you know, I've not been a big fan of it since the beginning. I'm a very traditionalist when it comes to football. I've been going to games all my life, and I still do. And what annoys me is when you're in the ground, it annoys me because everyone around us is celebrating. Everyone's loving their life, right? We're really giving it, yeah? And that's what football's all about. You're meant to be celebrating, meant to be having that passion. But then when you've got to take that away, straight away, because they're checking for VAR, and it's something as stupid as that, that's where it's wrong. You cannot tell me if you've got any understanding of football that that's right, because that's not football. That's not what it's supposed to be. You don't slow down a fast-moving... Well, I say fast-moving with Gross on the camera, so... But
that was also funny. Game. That's probably the first time he's ever been caught offside, surely. Whether he was quicker than the defender or not, I don't know. It's so frustrating. It's frustrating. Again, I don't know if the lines are sorted properly in that either.
No.
And then I saw Jack BHAFC, he's actually deleted the thread for some reason. I just tried to get it up. And he was just showing all the times we've been screwed over by VAR, and that's obviously one of them. And there's been quite a few times in the Premier League where we've had a really tough time, or we haven't even got decisions that weren't even looked at by VAR.
Yeah.
That goes offside. But people were saying if he's offside, he's offside. Like some guy said, if you're pregnant, you're pregnant. And I was like, yeah, that's true. And if you're a Southampton fan, you're saying, yeah, that was offside. So what are you complaining about? It's just how close.
I think that with a situation like that, and I'm not just saying it, genuinely, if it was the other way around, I would say, that's harsh. I'd be saying we've got away with it. I don't think, I'm pretty good when it comes to decisions like that, and I'll be saying, we've got away with that one. And to be fair, I think Southampton fans, a few of them did say the same.
But also as well, Ben, just going back to your point about saying, we don't get the luck of the draw. To be fair, you missed it last week. Me and Ryan were chatting about it. The Leicester game, I think we have had our, there's two big decisions that game where they could have easily, referred to VAR /
This is what I'm going to say about this whole,
that was only one game, I think.
Yeah.
No, that's just the one that sticks in my mind.
The luck on your side thing, right? And this is what really annoys me about football, because obviously there's got to be an element of luck. It's a luck-based game, right? But I think that there shouldn't be a situation, if you've got VAR in, yes, you're prone to human error, but that's not human error. That's just wrong. It shouldn't take that long. You saw the Arsenal goal, and that was a prime example. Blatantly offside. That was offside. That was, as far as I'm concerned, offside. His feet was off. There he's off. So that was fine. But the fact it took 4 minutes, I mean, even I was saying at the time, this is ridiculous. I would rather them just give the goal, if that's what's going to be. I'd rather them just say, look, whatever the first decision was, give it. It shouldn't be a case of there needs to be a time cap. And in this sense, it went on for quite a bit. Not too bad. But it was more the fact that it's taken that long, and I don't think they've got the right decision. I think they've taken that long and still come to an inconclusive decision. So how can that be fair? I think it should benefit the attacker at least, because I'll be saying the same the other way around. I'm not pro VAR. I never have been. I'm a very traditionalist in football, but I don't get how that's making the game better. I think it should be there to take that whole ref is on your side thing away from the game, if anything, surely.
My only thing with VAR is let's say, for example, we got to got to the last game of the season, right? And Brighton Hove Albion, we're going to qualify for Europe, right? And then in the last minute, we're winning a game, and then the other team score to equalise 2-2, but it shouldn't have stood, and VAR wasn't there to thingy. How pissed off would you be that we've been robbed of a European
Sterling versus Spurs?
Exactly. There you go. Spurs would not have been in the Champions League final if it weren't for VAR, because they ultimately have got the right decision. I know what you're saying, Ryan. Sometimes they don't. You feel they don't get the right decisions, or VAR just doesn't help, or whatever it might be. Like VAR just hasn't worked. I get that. I get this. It's not perfect, but in my opinion, 9 times out of 10, it will come to the right decision and give the right outcome.
I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10.
I think so.
I would say 6 times out of 10. Because I'm looking across the board here. There was the United game where there was plenty of problems in that. There was the Arsenal game where there was problems in that too. So that was Arsenal United. There was either side. There was a Tottenham game where there was problems. There was a Liverpool game where there was problems. The Everton game, there should have easily been a penalty for Everton. It wasn't given over VAR. The Arsenal game, that was a penalty. Saka scored. That shouldn't have been a penalty, mate. There's these things here.
Yeah.
And I just don't think. I think they miss things way more at the moment than they get right at the moment.
I agree with you. Like it's nowhere near perfect. Like VAR is not perfect. I'm not saying it is like the finished article. I just feel like the technology itself is a good piece of technology to have, and I feel like it's definitely right for the game. But I agree with you. It does take out the buzz of the game. You know, like when a goal goes in, you're like, oh, is it a goal? Is it not? You know, do we have to wait for VAR? Like I get it's not perfect, but
it's like putting VAR in boxing. It's a fast-moving sport that things, you know, it's like saying, "Oh, did he hit below the belt? Oh, hang on a minute. Let's stop the fight.
Or like stop into looking at that head
did he hit
clash,
below the
for
belt?
example, with Fury and Ward, maybe.
Then you're like, this is ridiculous. You don't want to sit around for 4 minutes looking if he hit below the belt and it's marginal, and you think, oh well, we'll deduct a point of both of them, and then we'll move on with the game. That's not how it should be, is it? And that's what I think with sports like boxing, like football. They're too fast moving for a VAR. I mean, in cricket, it works fine, works perfectly. I mean, F1 may be a bit more of a inconclusive one at times. I mean, the Verstappen thing about a year ago is still caused controversy. But I just think, I don't know, when it's a fast moving sport like that, I think it's so hard to decipher. Especially offsides. Offsides have become so ridiculous. I genuinely don't know.
My last point on it though, last point of VAR, I just think I agree with you in that they just need to benefit the attacker more. Like some of the stuff where you can get offside for an arm when you don't use your arm to score a goal. Yeah, that's the most. Whoever came to that decision, surely it's just whatever body part you score with. Yeah. Or even if it's just the feet, like you're not going to be. You don't run with your fucking arm, so why should your arm be offside? You run with your feet, and even if you're leaning a bit more forward, it's not really. It's your feet that are then going to bring you more forward. It's not. You don't run with your. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? You should. I think it should just be feet. And that way, it does give a bit of benefit.
I agree. I think because levels on
most of the time, the striker's going to be leaning forward because he's running towards the goal.
Yeah,
and the defender's obviously not going to be always running towards the goal. So the defender's always going, the attacker's always going to be leaning a bit more forward. It's just natural motion. So if they just do it for the feet, it'll benefit the attacker more. That's probably
and it's meant that these sort of explosive players have to sort of hold that and be like, okay, well, I've got to be like at least a yard behind just in case that gets flagged, and the late flags as well is another stupid thing that they do. But I think overall, it's just there's too many. Maybe VAR would work if we didn't have the officials that just didn't come to a conclusion. I mean, I think that VAR room should have ex-players or something in there. Someone that actually understands the game, not people that read it out of a textbook, because it's just not right. It's like putting me in a VAR room, right? I haven't played football at a Premier League level, let alone I haven't even played football at a county level because I ain't good enough. So for me to go down the county leagues, right, and just because I've studied the football out of a book and be like, nah, sorry mate, you ain't good enough because everyone would look at me like, who does this guy think he is? And I think that's what the sort of problem we've got in the Premier League. We've got these guys. You
see the Premier League pundits. They always disagree nine times out of 10 of what the referee's done.
Wasn't it Rio Ferdinand wanted to fight Peter Walton the other day? He basically was
disagreeing.
Disagreeing with Peter Walton.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Professionals are like, we played the game, we know this kind of stuff. There should be more benefits for the players rather than just being like you said, reading out a textbook is.
Yeah. It's to say, I'll end it on that anyway. I just think that, the VAR conversation, there needs to be something done over officials. I know that our words mean absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of it, but then there has to be, because it just brings that sort of excitement out of it. And I can accept if it was offside. If Gross was offside, if his foot was in front of him, behind him even, I'd be like, fair enough. Like, I can accept that. It was offside. But it wasn't, I don't think. I can't see that as a conclusive decision of offside, but here we are. But anyway, moving on really. I think that's the majority of the game covered, to be honest, because obviously we had that chance. We had a couple of chances towards the end. Again,
wasted chances, by the way.
Real wasted chance.
lofted
just
balls in the air.
The top.
And then, inch over. Solly missed a header. I think Welbeck missed a header. One of them literally just missed everyone and went over straight.
I think Solly had a shot that was essentially a back pass, and it was just like,
he loves a Peter like that bloke, doesn't he? Jesus.
Yeah, Solly March sometimes does get on my nerves, but here we are. But yeah, football. Just
do you think it was a draw was a fair result? Looking back on it, I think it is. We maybe could have edged a win. I don't know. Maybe a draw was fair. Don't get me wrong. They had some chances, and Sanchez made a couple of decent saves as well.
Yeah,
I think to be honest with you,
Shane Long.
I think the Livramento thing fired Southampton up. I think they really did it for him. I mean, you saw James Ward-Prowse did the whole tea thing for his celebration. I just think they really got fired up. Let's do it for Livramento sort of thing, and we really sort of suffered from that. And when a team's up for it like that, it's hard to stop them really, especially someone as good as James Ward-Prowse. I mean, he is by far one of the best players outside the top six. I mean, he deserves to be playing at a top club. But yeah, it's just frustrating because Southampton always seem to just get the last laugh over us all the time. It does do my head in, especially outside. They're chanting all this stuff about Brighton, and they're just, I don't know why they try and create a rivalry because I don't really think we really care about Southampton that much. But here we are. Anyway, Wolves. Let's move on to Wolves because there's not too many other talking points as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking forward to it as well. It should be a good day out. I've not been to Molineux before, so it's a nice one to kick off.
It's all right. They've got a decent Asda after outside the ground, so it's good to pick up stuff on the train home.
Or something,
it's nice. They got and then also a really weird one. I think I've said it before, but they had when we went. What year was it? I think we went just before lockdown, and there's a university there, and we're walking down these steps literally so near the ground. And there's all these cages, and there was all these dead gerbils and hamsters just outside in these cages.
What?
I got a picture posing next to them as well. It's quite funny.
Nice.
But yeah, it's really as if they haven't been fed, and they're all just loads of dead gerbil carcasses everywhere. I think this is a stone's throw from the stadium as well.
I think your definition of funny, Ben, is very different to mine.
It's so weird.
It's more funny because of how weird it is.
I got a selfie next to some dead gerbils.
It wasn't a selfie, but yeah. No, it was just really, really random. Why are they all there?
Swiftly moving on. With Wolves.
Watch out for the gerbils, Ryan, basically.
Moving on. With Wolves, it's a weird one because basically, I feel like they're very, very hit and miss at the moment. So
yeah, they're very yo-yo, aren't they?
They just lost to Burnley as well.
Yeah,
that's what I
mean. Burnley. Newcastle, Wolves, obviously, they lost to Newcastle as well. Then beat Villa, and then lost to Leeds. Then beat Everton. Then beat. I'm going backwards, by the way. Watford. They just seem to be very inconsistent at the moment. So I sort of half fancy ourselves. However, the way we sort of let that 2-0 lead slip against Southampton again doesn't fill me with massive confidence going into it. But the way that
we're better away from home, aren't we? That's the thing. That's really weird.
So I'm going into it hard, 60%, 65% confident.
And here's a stat for you as well. I think Jose Sarr has faced the second most shots in the Premier League for a goalkeeper. And obviously, we love our shots on goal, so it could be some decent.
Yeah, we could score so many.
We could have a lot of shots, and he will save a lot of them. Is what I'm trying to say. We're not going to score at them. That's what I'm trying to say.
So basically, it means their defence could be a bit leaky, which is ideal. But then again,
it must be leaky if that's the stat.
Yeah, but then Southampton's defence is meant to be leaky as well. We couldn't take them apart. So
who are we most afraid of from the Wolves team? Because obviously Adama he's long left. Obviously Adama was a big one. We always used to be scared of.
I've always been a fan of Danny. Always been a fan of Danny Podence.
He's tricky.
I've always rated him.
He's very good.
He's tricky. The thing is though, I look at Wolves and I don't really get we're going to lose. I don't know why. I've never really felt. I don't think they've beaten us in the Premier League. I never look at them.
They did at home. Remember they beat us 2-0.
Yeah. I had COVID. That's the only game I've missed this season.
That's probably
I remember that. Yeah, throwback. Good old days. But no, anyway. Wolves, I don't know. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I don't think we'll lose. I think we've got it in us to at least get a draw. I'd like to fancy our chances though. I think we're better away from home. Support away from home is a lot better.
Yeah, sold out as well, by the way.
Yeah,
so that whole wing, that whole side, and it's not behind the goal, the away stand. It's all that lower bit, which is along the whole side of the ground. Which I think
I thought they changed it. I thought they've put it to the corner now. Because I'm pretty sure they've put it to the corner instead now. They've changed it. It's not that tier anymore.
It was. I was in the corner once when I went, and then I was along the whole side when we were in the Championship.
Yeah, that was the old one, wasn't it? The Championship one.
I'm pretty sure it's still the same. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but yeah.
I don't know.
Either way, it's sold out. That would be great for us.
Yeah, I should know. I literally bought the tickets. But yeah, anyway.
Jimenez back from suspension as well. Like, he played against Burnley.
He scares me.
So he'll be back for us as well.
Yeah, he does scare me. I've got to be honest.
And also, if we do win, we finally achieve 10 wins in the Premier League in a season, because we seem to have this 9-win curse that every single time we got promoted, since we got promoted, there's 9 wins every single season.
That's actually.
I just really want to break that bloody curse.
Wait, has it been 9 on the dot or 9 or less?
9
on the dot every year.
That's nuts.
Yeah, isn't it? It's mad.
Yeah,
we've got to break that, because I can't deal with it anymore. I mean, I just want to see a win, another nice win. You know, a comfortable one, not one that we're really worried about, or one that we're going to throw away, or one that we want to make life hard for ourselves by giving the ball away all the time. Like, why can't we just look dominant and make defenses? Why can't people have a mistake against us? Why? We see so many times.
When have we ever scored a goal that's deflected? When have we ever scored a goal?
Why can't we just have a moment like that? Something go our way for once. Have a bit of a nice day for once. I don't even know. But yeah, I'm hoping, do you know what? We're going to have Wolves away. It's going to be a great day out. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to go to Asda after we've won. A deflected goal from Neil Maupay. And he's going to go up to the away fans and go like that and get everyone rolled up again and go like that to the home fans. That's what's going to happen. We're going to win 1-0 and it's going to be a dramatic day out. That's what's going to happen.
1-0, I like it.
1-0.
Please. Even though I said I was 65% confident, which errs to nearer to 50, so I'm going to go with the draw. All that said,
yeah, it's got a draw written.
It's got a draw written all over it.
Similar to the Southampton, that had draw written over it.
Yeah, I'm going to go 1-1, and I'll even give you score predictions. I'm going to go with who's that player that plays for the what's his name?
Who's that? Hwang Hee-chan.
Hwang Hee-chan.
Yeah,
I think Hwang will score, and then for us, I think it will be. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Neil, Big Neil.
Come on, Neil.
Yeah.
Come on, Neil.
To shut everyone up.
I'm a massive fan of Danny Podence. I think he's better than Eden Hazard at this point, even though he's Hazard's regen. I think it'll be 1-1.
It's a claim and a half, that.
No, it is true. Hazard's finished, well, at least for this season.
What you mean at the moment? Okay.
Yeah, at the moment, yeah. Obviously, I'm going to go 1-1. Danny Podence will score for Wolves, and Trossard will score for Brighton.
Nice.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know. It really is just screams draw, and it is normally a draw. Obviously, they beat us at home 2-0, but. Whenever we go there, it's not ever an entertaining match. Most of the time, it's 0-0. I think the last time we probably beat them there was when we got promoted from the Championship. What a day, by the way! That was insane. What an away day that was.
What a day!
What a day!
Oh, what a day!
It just doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't really fill them with confidence. They got Ruben Neves. I know what you said about James Ward-Prowse being one of the best players out of Big Six, but he's got to be up there. He's unbelievable.
He's linked with all the Man United and
he's been linked with United for dog's years now. I think he will be probably heading somewhere. But yeah, I don't know. I want to be positive just because, as I say, we tend to play better away from home. At the Amex, it just seems so stale all the time. We just don't seem to have any cutting edge at the Amex. I don't know what it is. I mean, people blame the fans, people blame the players, people blame Potter. I don't know who truly is to blame. People blame the club. I don't know, to be honest. Something doesn't ever feel right when we go to the Amex these days. That's why I love away so much more. But yeah, hopefully we have a bit of that. I don't know, we'll see.
It's an interesting one. Sorry. So Wolves are 1-15. They've only drawn 4 this season, and obviously us being the draw specialists with 14 draws, could we give them another draw? Or does that?
Well, they used to be the draw specialists, didn't they, Wolves? They used to be the ones that always got
draws. So there is hope for us, and they've lost 14, whereas we've only lost 11. So I don't know. It could be just a goal in it that does it for each team. I
feel like they play into our hands a bit, especially away from home. Though I feel like. We're better against better teams.
Isn't that mad that we're so much more confident away from home? Isn't that such a crazy thing?
But then is that a bad thing? Because you're meant to be better at home, aren't you? You're meant to have your home place as the one that you don't want the opposition to come to. But we always say it's such a nice day.
We just need to fix the home form so bad, and then we'll be so much higher up that table.
We really do. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all the waffles say, boys. I don't know if there's any more points you wanted to make. I just want to see a win. I really do. I want to see a convincing win. Feel good after the game, and a nice drive home. Not one that I'm going to feel car sick on the way home because we've lost.
That's right, mate. You can just chunder in your Asda bag after the game.
Yeah. But yeah,
Right.
I think that's about it, boys. Right? Comments below. What we said. I think we've got to say something towards
the officials.
Yeah, we can do. I was going to say something pretty.
I hate being that guy when they obviously always blame it on the officials.
Same.
When I was younger, I'd come back from every game and I'd be like, "Mum, Dad, the officials were shocking. The referee was shite."
Yeah.
And I hate being that guy, but it actually was facts yesterday. But
yeah, that is literally like my mate. He's a United fan, mate. He just blames the officials every week, even if they've lost a completely fair game. He'll just blame. He would just be like, "Oh yeah, the ref was like terrible." I'd just be like, "Mate, just take a bit of responsibility if you want."
Take the L, mate.
Take the L. But no, comments below what we said. That guy
Welbs.
We didn't win.
Yeah. We didn't even win. Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but he done all right, didn't he?
I thought McAllister had a good game. To be fair, he went. Yeah. I didn't really think many people. I thought he had a really good game. He looked pretty.
He's played like a lot deeper, isn't he? And he's actually
he did.
For being like a smaller guy in the Prem, he's actually decent in that.
He ran that midfield.
Just quickly on Mac. My only slight criticism was for the second goal. He sort of was very limp in his attempt to block the ball. That's a very minor criticism, by the way.
Yeah,
but just
I think we gave the ball away. Once we gave the ball away, we were in trouble.
Webster did fucking.
I won't go on Webster's back, but that was a bit of a
right. Will we go comments down below? All right, I know, boys. I'm going to be going away for a couple of weeks, so you won't be seeing my lovely mug on the podcast. So we'll miss you, Maz. How about that?
All right.
We'll get that.
We'll miss you, Maz. We'll miss you,
Maz. And then also with the America flag afterwards as well. We'll miss you, Maz, with the American flag. America! Fuck yeah!
It means we're going to have, well, as much as we can. We're probably going to have Jack on to fill the gaps.
Jack Albion's going to
Jackery.
As much as he can, anyway.
We might have a special guest. Is that right, lads?
We may have a special guest that may be saved for the summer, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
But yeah, until then, thank you all for watching.
Oh shit! No, I forgot. I've written this probably would be really handy. Actually,
scared the life out of me, Ben. But it's all
I've done it at the end of the episode as well. This is peak when no one's actually listening. But obviously, I applied to be a fan advisor, and I've been nominated by the club. So, if you are watching, for the 5 of you that have made it this far, please, when the vote's open, vote for me, and I'll make sure there's Marie on tap in every single concourse.
Oh yeah, okay, actually vote Ben. Actually vote Ben. Right, before that I was a bit sceptical, but now it's sorted. Right, thank you all for watching. Of course, if you're on YouTube, do give it a like and subscribe. If you've been streaming on Apple and Spotify, keep streaming. And also, you can watch it on Spotify as well now, because that's really cool, and we're really cool. And follow us on all our socials, and we will see you after Wolverhampton. See you later.
Wolverhampton. Peace.